Austin was shaken by our daycare provider when he was 3 months old.
Well, we got the results, and 2 months later, we found out he was confirmed with Williams syndrome. And Williams syndrome is chromosome 7, and it's a small deletion of genes.
You know, even talking was a huge deal, you know, whenever he actually started using words, actual words that we could understand. And I mean, it's just, we just had to look at the milestones instead of, you know, the big picture. You can't look at the big picture in the early stages of something like that. You have to keep your mind short-minded.
She quit growing, so they thought that she would grow faster outside than inside, so we had a scheduled C-section. She spent 51 days in the NICU.
Seeing specialist after specialist after specialist, geneticists and neurologists, and having all these tests run, EEGs and MRIs and CAT scans, and just traveling to Oklahoma City, traveling to Dallas, traveling everywhere, visiting all these different doctors, just trying to figure out what was going on.
Man, is my kid gonna walk? Is she gonna talk? You know, how far behind is she gonna be? We didn't know anything about it.
We really started from live.
We just couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it at all.
He is currently one of 1,000 people alive on the globe with Pitt-Hopkins. You see global developmental delays. Most of them never talk. A few of them never walk.
He was different now, and he wasn't going to be whoever he was going to be anymore. So
we switched over to the Turn Center, and immediately upon walking in, there was a hominess to it. I mean, you just felt like you were home.
There is something incredibly humbling about coming to Turn Center every single day and seeing these families and these therapists pour their heart and souls into every single one of these children.
You know, they just have always celebrated every tiny milestone along with us. And there have been times at Turn Center that I've cried with excitement, and then I've cried with doubt, and you know, they are right there along with me, and you know, they care about Olivia just as much as we do.
Experience of somebody that you could tell cared about the outcome more than our feelings. And, you know, it made you feel like you're walking into a family member's home.
They are super passionate about all the kids they see. They love them as their own, and they go 100 miles an hour all the time to make sure the kids get what they need, the families get what they need. They go above and beyond any group of workers I've ever seen.
In fact, I've had several people that have asked me, you know, where do we send Jack? Where do we send Jack? And I say the Turn Center. They're like, they always say, it's just such a wonderful place. I said, it really is.
Hey, we're gonna help this child do something. It's not like, oh man, this kid's got a problem. What do we do? There's no, I don't know. Let's put a game plan together and let's do it.
With Turn Center, they do a really good job of, they call it playing, but it's them working with the kid. And that, seeing your kid go to play, but knowing they're getting the work done, for a parent is an absolute joy.
Turn Center has been a massive part of our lives.
his time at the Turn Center is going to make an astronomical difference in his quality of life, what it would have been without that versus what it will be.
I have such a new appreciation for walking. I have such a new appreciation for just being able to talk and communication as a whole. They're things that I've taken for granted. I don't wake up every morning and just am amazed that I can use my own 2 feet. I don't really wake up, or didn't used to wake up, amazed that I could just talk to people, talk to my wife, or talk to my kids. Those are things I've taken for granted. And now, having a son who is unable to do those things, it really puts things in perspective how precious those things are. Because they really are. Being able to talk it's a big deal. Being able to walk, it's a big deal. And so when you have a child that can't do those things, really makes you take a step or two back and really appreciate things that you wouldn't have considered big deals, but they really are.
It feels like it's their child, and that's hard to describe. Just how impactful and how special it is that our therapists treat every single child almost like it's their child.
They're going to be world changers. Like, they're going to change things. Those kids are, not just the kids, the families. The families are going to push them to do really big things. And our therapists get to be a really big part of that. They're the cheerleaders behind the scenes that encourage these parents to not give up and to push their kids.
And then I hope that she conquers whatever goals that she has for herself, and knows that she's got a million people supporting her along the way.
Well, we look forward to coming to the Turn Center. As soon as we walk in, we just feel so welcomed. Usually everyone's like waiting at the door for Jack.
Without the Turn Center, I have no idea where his future would be.
They care more about their patient than anything else. That is their bottom line, is these kids and their quality of life is number one.
It fills your soul, it fills your heart, and so many other things. It's just, it's incredibly rewarding to see these kids and these therapists working so hard at life and improving their lives. And I feel very, very lucky to get to witness that.
Turn Center has been such an immense gift to my family that I think that's really the best way I could describe it, is the Turn Center really is a true gift.